Yeah.
On one hand, there is one platform that offer me 100 euros an hour to tutor. Okay, and I'm tutoring already. Okay, I like tutoring. It's nice. You know, it's me. Because if someone don't like to tutor or don't have the self-confidence to do it, it's a little bit harder to push them into the water because you need to change habits. Changing users' habits, first of all, no one likes it. It's almost impossible. You have to start with early adopters. So let's say your early adopters are those people that are not afraid to speak, that are comfortable in front of other people, and they feel comfortable in this zone. Let's say that they're already working, okay, in some other platforms. Why should they join your platform? What can you offer me that I don't already have?
Okay. So as mentioned previously, we have this community. So
forget about the community. I'm earning 100 euros an hour.
Okay.
Okay, I have 4 or 5 hours a day of tutoring. I'm making 500 euros a day. Why don't need a community? What's the added value?
Okay, so basically we look at the market, meaning that we are not cherry picking like the best tutors or so on. We want to have a big community of tutors, meaning that they are not going to be all 100-hour tutors. Yes, 100, let's say euros, doesn't matter. So salaries in our marketplace would be quite similar to what we would have in other marketplaces of tutoring. So we are not offering you 5 times higher salary. No, it's not our business. We offer market salaries, but what we have is what I mentioned.
You need to understand what is your USP, your unique selling proposition. What is the added value? Because tutoring, you didn't bring anything new, right? Tutoring it's happening in different platforms, maybe face-to-face, maybe different platform. So if you want to have a startup, you need either to invent the wheel, to invent something from scratch that never existed, like, I don't know what, Waze, you familiar with Waze? Okay? And then Google acquired them with billions of dollars because Google even couldn't get to this kind of technology, or to take a service that is already existed, but make it much, much better, okay? If you don't, let's say, okay, everybody loves pizza, right? If right now I'm gonna give you the pizza in a different way, a chunk of cheese, with a little bit of sauce, and 1 crouton on top. You say, listen, you ruined my pizza. I want my pizza as my pizza. I like the percentage of meat against sauce, against bread. I like the crunch. If you want to make it better, make it better. If you don't have anything to offer, I'm not going to replace the pizza. Make sense?
Yes, makes sense. Still, I believe that market is quite big, and I mean, I understand what you are saying, but let's say when we talk about Lithuania, we see that it's just.
Tadas, we spoke about the North Star metrics. If you are going to be able to find your North Star metrics, don't try to convince me. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying your startup is amazing or it's horrible or so. No, I'm not judging you. Okay, I'm giving you the information and the tools to be able to succeed. Yeah. And if you want to succeed, you have to find your USP, unique selling proposition, and your North Star metrics. If you don't have those two, any startup in the world is going to be lost. Not only you. Okay?
Yeah, I see what you say. Still,
now it's not easy. It's not easy, Tadas. You have to break your head against the wall, okay, to find it. If it was easy, we probably have successful startups coming up on an hourly basis. But that's why a lot of startups work hard, and some of them become businesses. Some acquire, some fundraise, some go to exit or even a IPO, and some fail. So to identify the North Star metrics and your USP, this is supposed to be the journey of your life, the mission, the goal, okay?
Okay, yeah, thanks. anyway, I believe that it's how to say. I see what you say about that additional values and so on, but having in mind this, that it's a young people community, young people only. I see it as a huge difference, let's say differentiator in market, and also looking from tutor's perspective, because you
But
can
you know what assumption is a good assumption?
I mean, it's all based on assumptions. You never know.
No, hold on. You know what is a good assumption?
What?
An assumption that you're able to validate. If you'll be able to approach 50 tutors or students, okay?
Yeah.
And tell them, guys, come, I have a platform that will change your life. Join today, or even invest 10 euros, 20 euros. You know, 20 euros you spend like that. You go to a restaurant or a bar, you spend 20 euros, okay? Yeah, you invest 20 euros in my platform, I will provide you a unique experience that will change your life completely. If you're going to be able to bring 50 students that believe in you and are able to invest 20 euros in your idea, give me a call back. I'll teach you what to do next. Deal?
Okay, deal.
Wonderful. Elena, yes, please go ahead.
I want to ask about the North Star metrics. Like you said, should you use them as a guidance for your product feature backlog? Because usually you have certain, I don't know, approach or method how you prioritize the features.
So first of all, in order for you to be able to identify the North Star metrics, you have to start setting performance, understand your market, identify your buyer persona, identify your ideal customer profile, okay? After you identified everything and you know who's your customer, and you start to take actions with marketerial actions, you're able to measure if it's working or not. And then you find some kind of traction. When you start talking to your customers on traction, you understand what makes the difference between you and other products. Just remind me, what product are you presenting, Elena?
A user experience testing system.
I cannot hear you.
User experience testing system, and I can already tell that my North Star metrics is the number of paid tests that people do, the clients do. But my question was more about not how to find the metrics, but to what extent you should employ that North Star metrics into prioritizing the backlog, because it's often a very big issue. You have 100 features, only 10 features will make the major difference, and you don't know how to, decide which feature comes first. So I was wondering.
Prioritizing wise, the North Star metrics should be one of the first ones. I don't want you to get stuck and say, okay, we don't move forward with development because we don't identify the North Star metrics, but it should be number one. If you're able to recognize it, but it will never be number one, but it has a high priority. Why it can never be number one? Because you need to understand the customers first. What provides values to the customers? So probably you're gonna find traction first, even some kind of attraction, and then start interviewing the customers and doing some marketing and advertising strategies and try it out to understand what will provide high value to your customers and what will push your revenue to grow. Make sense?
Thanks.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, so I wondered, while a startup is growing, it's also going through different stages, from like having the first customer who pays until, you have more customers, and also you're changing your focus. So is there a certain template or anything or a model where you can see in which stage, which metrics are important?
No.
Okay.
It's something that you have to understand. Some things are, it's like a baby, it's like telling me, okay, I have a child, I want to know what can I do to provide him the best education, and so it will be a developer, an engineer, or I don't know what, or a doctor. Okay, you cannot. It's an involvement of your baby or your startup. You need to feel it. When it's the right time, you understand it's the right time. When your customer is giving you feedback, you'll be able to understand from the feedback what you need to improve or change. And then you check it against your revenue. And then you understand, okay, if I change this, my revenue grow. If I change this, my revenue decrease.
Okay.
Okay.
And then my second question would be, I know I already asked that on Monday, but I wanted to ask again. So if you, because you always mention the customer lifetime value, if you have a product, you just sell once and then the customer doesn't need it anymore. Like you said last time, okay, maybe a viral model would work. Are there any other things you can do to improve the customer lifetime value, or yeah?
Listen, lifetime, okay, let me explain what is a customer lifetime value. A customer lifetime value means the amount of money that your customer spend in a certain timeline. Okay. So if you have a one-time customer and you have nothing to offer, so his lifetime worth, I don't know what, 10 euros. And then you most likely not going to hear him again within 6 months or a year. So you should depend on high numbers of new customers in order to grow, because you don't have any repeat customers. Or you should develop a secondary product that you can actually offer your happy customers. Not even develop. Sometimes you can do like a corporate venture. I don't know what. Find another producer that produce something amazing and tell them, listen, let me be your distributor. I have a wonderful portfolio of 20,000 happy customers that would love to get another product from me. Okay?
Okay, and when do you know it's the right time to do that step?
To do what step?
To kind of have a second word, like a second product in your product portfolio, or partner up with someone?
When you start finding traction. When you start finding traction and people are going to start buying, you have to start looking for the secondary one. In the meantime, concentrate on finding traction.
So what means traction? The first buyer or the first million?
Traction means that you are able to provide a solid pipeline. Okay, basically to put new customers in the pipe and convert them into paying customers. When the pipe starts working well, it means you find traction. Okay, it's like a car. Okay, think about right now a super muscle car, like a very, very strong car. Okay, right now you're on the red light and you're a crazy driver and you want to speed like crazy as soon as the light turns green, and you basically hit the pedal to the metal. You know what it means, right? You're pushing the gas to the metal because you want the car to fly straight forward. What happened in the beginning? Your wheels has no traction. So they're going to start spinning in the air, still spinning very fast, and the car will not move. After a second or a few milliseconds, or sometimes even seconds, the car finds traction with the road and start moving forward. And then you accelerate.
Yes, I understand the metaphor, but is there also a certain number? Because I could already say, okay, I have one customer this week, next week 2, the week after 5, then 10. That's also traction, right? So, but when
No. If you're selling right now an enterprise product and each subscription of the product costs $100,000 and you have one customer a month, you find a wonderful traction. If you have one customer a month or a week or a day that you have a 10 euro product, this is not traction. Okay?
So at one point isn't traction.
How much is your product cost?
350 euro.
Wonderful. Let's say for some traction like that will be to have several buyers every week, sorry.
Mhm.
Okay? When you have 5, 6, 10 new customers every week, and the number is increasing, not decreasing, increasing. So today you have 7, next week you have 10, the week following you have 13, the week following you have 25. It means you found traction.
Mhm.
If you get after a month to 25 and then it goes to 20, 15, 10, that's not real traction.
Mhm.
Real traction means you're moving forward, not backwards.
So basically, it's having more customers each week.
Correct.
Okay.
Each week, each timeline, each week or each month, it depends what is your breaking point.
Okay, thanks.
Good. Any other questions? Guys, someone has a challenge that he's dealing with that he would like to share with us? That's the time. If not, I'm going to split you into rooms again, and I will provide you with some assignment to locate your own North Star metrics. All right. So, if there are no further questions, again, I provide you all the information. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you half an hour, split you into rooms. I would like you to think together, each and one of you, on the example, according to the example I provided you earlier, Facebook, Airbnb, Adobe, and so on. What do you think that is your North Star metrics? That if all the team will push it forward, it will provide high value to your customer and provide revenue growth. Any questions? Any clarifications? All right. So I'm splitting you into rooms. And we're going to be back here at 5:30. Okay?
Excuse me. So we need to discuss, let's say we will be in the groups and we should discuss each of our star metrics. Yes?
Correct. I want you just to think together and help each other understand what could be your North Star metrics. I'm sure that all of you, most of you, are not going to identify the North Star metrics right away. I promise you. But I want you to start working on that. Okay? Think about it, discuss about it, and then we come back. I want to hear what you have to say and your questions, and then I'll be able to provide you a little bit more guidance to find the right traction, the right North Star metrics. If you're going to be able to do that, and I told you, I will help you raise money. So, I mean, I think it's the best promise you'll be able to find in this free accelerator. I promise you that. All right, I'm breaking you into rooms. Give me just one moment. So we are 14. Let us say for rooms. You know what? I'll do big groups because I want you to think together. And see you at 5:30, guys.
Tomer, can you drop me back to the room? By accident, I left it. Ah, okay. Sorry, I left by accident.
All good.
Yeah, but as I said, maths is the most popular. Then comes our language, and then physics, chemistry. Yeah.
Okay.
But is the education system so bad in Lithuania that everybody needs tutoring? I mean, why is there so much business in this?
Because we have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Instagram. Nobody's interested in books. We have something fun on our hands, you know. So it's no more popular to read books. So we'll be good. Join us.
And also due to teachers' salary, some teachers, I remember when I went to school, and my sister right now is going to school. She's saying that you know, some teachers kind of on purpose making those lessons harder,
Okay.
so they can teach afterwards, and they can tutor them after the school. So, you know, and they changing subjects, and you know, those not like directly 1, 2, 3, but 1, 4, 2, 3,
Okay.
you know, and
But you
so
know
on and so
that
forth.
in different countries around the world, a teacher cannot tutor at the same school. So if you
Okay.
work in one school, you cannot tutor the students.
Okay.
That way, they're actually basically putting an obstacle for doing the same thing that I just discussed.
Yeah, it was the same at my school. We didn't tutoring us.
Okay. Okay.
So first of all, we're back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
How? Let me hear from you guys. How was it?
Great. It was productive.
Yes, I'm happy to hear. I'm happy to hear. Tadas is the only one that thinks like that, or someone want to support him?
It was a bit struggles to really find out this is the right KPI or not.
Forget about the right or not.
Yeah.
North Star metrics, it's something you must know and start thinking about. That's the biggest, the strongest traction you have for growth. So as early stage in your startup, you're going to start thinking of it. It will be easier for you to develop your startup, your product in the right way, because you're always going to have on your mind your customers. What is providing my customers a strong added value? And this added value, by the end of the day, you'll be able to translate it into revenue. Make sense?
Okay, so in this case, like, this measure is not the growing number of the clients, but why they want to become your clients.
Exactly. Why they want to use you? Why what will make them happy? What will make him super happy customers? What will make him come back and put another listing and another listing and buy another product? Okay. Wonderful.
Great,
Now we had 4 rooms. I would like to go one by one. Please just start and tell me a little bit, 1 minute about your experience, and then a couple of minutes about the North Star metrics, or even the thinking that was around it. Okay, so who wants to start? Darius, you're already here. You want to start?
Yeah, okay, I can do it.
All right.
So at the beginning, I was thinking that my North Star is when you can grow up your clients, but when you told it why they want to use. So in my case, my service is giving opportunity clients to personalize the brands, to personalize their things. So my case is to make my clients B2B happy and make the product work for them. So try to find a way.
Yeah, but you need something more. Think about something that is really measurable. Okay, happy.
Okay.
It's okay, but you need to give me a product. As I said,
okay.
if
the
you
product.
measure,
Okay,
yes,
the product
what
is.
you can measure.
Okay, the product is QR codes through which through them you can personalize the items. So the measure is how many users are using this feature, so I can share these numbers to the clients, and they can compare these numbers with their sales if they are growing with the people who are using this product. So this will make them happy because it gives.
We're talking about sales. I'm not talking about sales. Again, let's provide the example of Airbnb daily listings. Okay, daily listings does not involve any sales. Okay, on one hand, we have apartment owners that's renting their apartments. On the other hand, we have people like you and me that want to travel right now to the UK or Germany or US, and I don't want to take an hotel. I want to maybe look on Airbnb for a better solution that will be a higher value than just going to a hotel and spending thousands of dollars or thousands of euros. So if I will be able as a platform to measure the amount of daily listings, the amount of listings that are being uploaded every day, I know that my users, okay, will have more options. And most likely, they will be able to find something that fits their needs. Make more sense?
Yeah, it makes, but still need to.
So
few
one
minutes
thing, one thing push another, okay? All right, who want to go forward? We're gonna go next. Thank you, Darius.
I can go next.
Go ahead.
So our startup is a reservation system for any reservation compatible businesses. So we were discussing first idea for North Star metric was to see the metrics, how the revenue increases for our customers after starting using our reservation system. But afterwards, we decided that this metric is not really actionable, and maybe it's like a selling point to find another users. So we came to another North Star metric that, first of all, we should see which segment provides users that converts the best, meaning that becomes paying customers and chooses the higher plan, like has the most reservation per month.
Okay, again, you're going to sales, you're going to conversion rate. That's fine, but conversion rate and sales is a different indicator. Okay, again, let's talk about Facebook. Facebook, we have on one hand the product that is us, and the customers is the businesses that pay Facebook their advertising fee. So for the B2B, for the businesses to pay Facebook the advertising fee, Facebook need to fight over us, coming back again and again and again to the platform. So they're going to be able to pop up ads in front of our faces in a hope that we're going to click on it.
Okay, so like
there is no conversion, there is no sales. Okay, you need to think on a high value to your customers. What will provide the highest value to your customers, and on the other hand, will help to support and push growth.
So maybe the North Star metric could be we are giving like a widget, a button, a pop-up where our clients and user can register, so we can metric.
Mantas, take the time to think about it. In the meantime, we'll move on, and when we finish everybody, we're going to get back to you. Okay? I want to give you, to stimulate you to think. It's a crazy hard job to find the North Star metrics. It took Squara 10 years to find it, okay? Twitter haven't found it yet. Twitter, the big Twitter, don't have it yet. So it's a very, to have it today and to say, this is the right thing or not, no. But I want just to put it in your head. This is something you need. You need, if you want to grow today, you need to think about your customer journey, added value, and only this will provide you revenue. If me, Tomer, okay, myself, my added value to you is telling you guys, I'm providing you amazing information here today, okay? I want you to be my potential customer in the futures. I want you to come to me and tell me, Tomer, we love you, we enjoy what you did for us, you gave us great ideas, you changed the way we see the business and act, and because of you, we feel that it helped us to be more successful. And then you're coming to me for consulting, or telling me, Tomer, right now we already finished the acceleration, I want you to coach us for scaling. So what I'm doing, I'm telling you guys, you need any assistant in framework, email me, I'll send it to you. You want to consult with me, I consult you for free of charge. You're gonna have one consulting that's worth hundreds of euros for free. So I'm here for you. I'm providing you the highest value ever. I'm trying to give you a lot of information, solve your problems here and on a personal level, and in a hope that you're going to remember the high value I provided you, and you're going to help me grow my own growth. Make sense?
Yes, yes, it does.
All right, perfect. Tadas, you want to speak?
Yes. So this North Star metric, I have two of them. So one is revenue, the other one is average basket.
No, both of them are not North Star metrics.
I'm sorry?
Both of them are not even close to be a North Star metrics.
Okay, so if Facebook...
How does your average size basket can help your customers?
Okay,
what added value you give them?
Maybe I got it wrong, because let's say Facebook...
I'm expanding it for like, I don't know how many times. And average, I'm not talking about sales, I'm not talking about revenue, I'm not talking about indicators that are obvious, okay? You're talking about sales. If it's a basket, average cart,
okay,
so I don't know what's conversion.
So we should look from customer side.
You need to think exactly. What is the highest added value you can provide your customer that in the future will provide you revenue growth? All right?
Okay. So I'm thinking about the...
So hold on a second, Tadas. Think about it, and we're gonna get back to you later. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Who's going next?
I'm afraid to go next now, but I'm gonna. Sorry. Go ahead.
Emitas, you want to go first?
So I'm thinking now that it's I need to measure it's how happy client is.
You have to remind me just what is your project? What do you do? What is your startup?
My project is about website development for public schools.
Okay.
So if it's happy client, if it recommend us, it's okay for us.
Yeah, but recommendation it's different. Okay. Recommendation is a different story. It's not a performance measurement. You need to think again, what is the highest added value? I don't know, guys, try to listen to me once, please. Write it, you know what, write it down. Take a pen and paper. Yes, don't be shy. Hold the pen in your hand. Exactly. Place it exactly on the line of the paper and write it down. What is the added value, the highest value that I can provide my customers that in the future will push revenue growth forward?
Quality. Quality?
What? Say it again.
Quality.
Quality? Yeah, but quality is not performance. I can tell you your this table is a high quality table. So, and again, what's the added value?
I don't understand what about you talking.
How can you measure quality? How can you measure performance with quality? Again, you have to understand it's not an easy task. It's not something you can just think of it for half an hour and say, I found it. Wow. I don't know what, I saw cheeses. No, it takes, I told you, it took Quora 10 years. Twitter, the big Twitter, don't even have it yet. Company takes years to find it. Okay, so don't think that you're going to find it today, that you're such in an early stage. I mean, only if you're lucky and super talented and already did like 2 or 3 startups, maybe you'll be able to figure it out in the first 6 months to a year. Otherwise, it just blow mind. All right, let's go to Elena.
Okay, so our startup is about user experience testing. So it means we design specific tests for the clients. And I believe, according to what you said, our key metric should be the time with maintained quality. It means how fast we are able to deliver the test results while maintaining the quality.
How fast are you able to deliver the solution and maintain the quality? Say it again, please. Say it again.
Okay, the metric is how fast.
Yes, stay here, stay close to me. Stay close.
How fast we deliver each test with maintained quality, because quality still is very important. If we do that fast but without quality, it doesn't make any sense.
How can you measure this performance?
Sorry?
How can you measure the performance of the test quality?
Whether or not the users that do the testing, they stick to the rules, for example, whether they remain honest, whether they stay motivated, whether they complete the tasks.
And what added value do you provide by that? I mean, who is your customer? Your customer is a business, right? You're B2B.
Yes,
so basically
exactly.
you're B2B2C. Okay, you provide your customer is a business, but your user is a customer.
Yes.
So it's a B2B2C, right? So what can you offer? What can you offer to the B2B and the B2B2C? Okay, and what can you offer to the to your business, to the B and to the C, that will push revenue up and provide them a high value? Okay. So you have to test it. I mean, I cannot tell you yes or no. It sounds interesting. Because I'm not familiar with this industry so much. I don't know what to tell you. But you know, if I found it really off, you're not talking about revenue, so it's good. It's not sales. You're talking about some performance. It sounds like in the right direction, but again, you have to validate it. So basically, you validate it by seeing if that's what you're going to provide you the traction. If not, you just sit down again with all the team and say, okay, let's think again. All right? But you have something interesting. I will try to validate it first. All right? Thank you, Elena. Thank you. Armina?
So for us, short term, if I can say so, it would be leads per relevant leads per job posting. And long term, I would love it to be people hired that stay with the company at least a year.
Again, you're talking about conversion, okay?
No. So for actual clients, I mean the companies.
No, hold
it's
on.
not.
But
it's not
said,
leads.
1 second, Armina. You said in the first phase, leads. right?
Yes, would mean leads being applicants for the job posting.
Yeah, but leads is conversion, because it wasn't a lead a second ago before you become a lead, right? It can be just chatting and between social media, between posts, and then you just find out your post and you said, oh, interesting post. Let's see what's going on. Click on it, left it information, now is the lead. So this is conversion. Maybe you should look at how many new posts are being uploaded to your platform on a daily basis. That way you know that your customer, the businesses, are uploading a lot of posts, a lot of new job descriptions every single day. It means you can offer more to different people around the world.
Okay, I
All
get
right?
it. Okay.
All right. Who's going next? And who wants to go first? Or who wants to go next? We're 14 people here. Yes, yes.
We're creating one-on-one basketball platform in physically. It's through the app where they can improve their playing skills, easy finding new competitors or tournaments, and in case of winning scenario, earn some tokens. So I think that the retention, it could be the one, because the retention means how many users are using and coming back to the platform to play this game.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Say it again. Let's go over it again.
Excuse me?
Say it again.
Retention. About
say the North Star metrics again. I want to hear it again. So the North Star metrics is?
North Star metric is retention. That
retention is not the North Star metrics. Maybe the North Star metrics is how many new games are being uploaded daily, or how many user are using the app weekly. Okay.
Yes.
So if you know, as retention is, so I wouldn't call retention.
Okay, but same. I think same, but I just name it like retention, because how many for a week we are playing this or using that platform.
Retention means that you have a customer, a paying customer, that you are able to retain him. It means that he's gonna stay with you for a long time and renew.
Yeah.
This guy is coming back all the time. He's using it once. It's nice. He's not paying you because he's a basketball player, but he's getting once a week or twice a week or 3 times a week, and you want to push him coming back. If you know that the players are coming back all the time, you know that the team's going to have some movements within their lines.
Yes,
okay?
sure. Yes, sure.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. Rasa is here. Rasa going once. Rasa going twice. Rasa sold. Not here. Let's try to see people that did not participate, and then we go to everyone else. We have Ambrazas, right?
Yes, Mantas presented earlier about our startup.
All right. Thank you. Marius, did you present? Marius?
No, but I don't have to say anything about the metrics. I only listen now. Okay, I try to understand. Okay.
All right, no problem. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna push you. Take the time. It's an exercise. I want you to just understand what's important. Take the time, think about it. It takes time. It's fine. Don't get nervous. It's a part of the process. It's okay. A baby doesn't born and walk overnight. He crawls, he lies on his back, then turn over, then crawl again on 4 or 6, and then barely walks, run, and so on. So it's okay. It's like a baby. Take the time, relax, chill. We're here for you. Dominicas? I can see someone
I'm actually here. The problem is that there's also the CEO of our startup of Devux Technologies, Simon.
Oh.
And well, I mean, we do have some metrics. Well, first of all,
yes, please. Can we see you? I don't see you.
Okay. Yeah, you're.
Oh, thank you. Fine. Thank you very
much. I mean, we actually haven't decided completely on our metrics yet. There already has been discussion in the group, in the room.
It's okay. Do whatever you have.
Basically, well, from my own perspective, maybe Simon might add up or simply ignore or reject all those ideas, but
no, it's okay. I'm here just to put you in the right track. It's fine. And if you give me what you have, at least we can give you an idea of the way of thinking. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I could reject or accept, but my internet is so bad that I could barely understand what is going on. So maybe keep talking.
Okay. Anyway. So our startup is basically a visual programming suite, mainly for physical gadgets, physical controllers, and we plan to do we plan to get our revenue from B2B customers, since they are the ones who are more willing to pay for software, basically. So
you said for software?
Yeah.
So I don't understand, what is your solution? You said your solution is a platform to sell.
It's a visual programming suite, which is mainly sold for B2B, but it can also exist as a B2C, just as a free version.
All right. So what does it mean? What do you actually do?
So we just create a visual programming suite specifically for controllers, for gadgets, to make the programming easier.
Okay.
And
so basically like a virtual assistant? Or...
No, basically visual programming interface, so that people do not have to learn the text programming languages. The code. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how are they going to program? How are they going to write the code?
By placing and connecting blocks in a logical order.
So basically like drag and drop?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay, so okay, all right, okay.
So at least what we discussed, it's...
And who's going to be your buyer persona? Who's going to use it?
Mainly small or medium companies who are not yet ready to implement a full department of programmers, but they have smart engineers who can still do stuff for them, and there will be no need for, I'd say, to employ extra programmers and spend more money on the same thing, where you can just simply drag some blocks yourself, because they're basically placed logically in the logical sequence. So you basically would spare, for at least for some time, to not get a programmer or a freelancer, at least. They can do things yourself by not employing anyone else.
All right. So the North Star metrics is
basically the turnover rate, which is how many customers are going in related to how many customers are going out. And basically at the same level, the same importance is how many clients keep using our system, because we are planning to do subscription-based service. So for us, it's really important to know how many people are actually continuously using our software.
Yeah, but you need to look at the time frame. Okay, I'm just giving you a heads up. I mean, the direction of thinking is good. Think about the timeline. So if you're talking about how often does the users come back, is your product is sticky? It's like a CRM. The engineer has to be there every day. The company going to use it on a daily basis, or they're going to use it once and forget about it. You understand? And then you say, okay, if my product is sticky, I want to understand how many blocks are being moved per customer in one day. Okay?
Okay.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's why you understand that your customer is actually there and active. So if he's there and coming back, okay, he can log in and get out. So wonderful.
Yeah.
But if he's not moving blocks, if he's not using your product, you know, it's pointless to measure it, right?
Yeah.
All right, wonderful.
Sure.
Thank you. I just gave you an idea. Take it from there. Thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you.
Who else? I think everybody already spoke, right? Yes, so let's go back to Darius. Darius, talk to me.
Okay, so I thought about this because my service is B2B2C. So North Star would be when the customer C will come to the product shelf and choosing my client's product and not his, not the other product, not the competitor's product.
Say it again.
Because my North Star, I think so, would be when the customer C comes to the product shelf and choosing my client B2B product, not the competitor, because of my add-on, my sample service, which is on my client package.
Again, it's not quite the North Star metrics. We spoke about, you heard a lot of examples of the North Star metrics. Okay, to measure a customer choice, it's hard because you have to understand why he chose it. Okay, but you have to try and measure maybe the usage. Okay, how much they're going to use it, how often they're going to come back, how many actions they're going to take in the platform. How many new listings you have every day or every week, okay? Something a little bit more than, you know, the regular thing that you're used to think about, like revenue, like conversion rates, okay? It has to be more complex to understand that your customer is very happy from your product because you're giving him a very strong value and he's keep coming back. And if he's not keeping coming back, using your product or listing new listings, you do something wrong, and then you have to go back to the customer or the B2B or the B2C or the B2B2C and ask him why you're not using the product, why you coming back once a week, why do you don't upload more listings? You have to understand what's the reaction and take action.
Okay, we'll try to do that. Thanks.
I mean, take the time, think about it. Even if it comes later, shoot me an email, tell me, listen, I thought about it, this is my idea. If it's not going to be, I'll tell you, listen, think differently. But try to just get out of your bubble for a second and look at the big picture from above, from an eagle eye, okay? All right, who wants to go again or go next?
I'm thinking about mine.
Perfect.
So if I have 100 clients who are using my website, so maybe I need to measure how long we stay in this website.
that this is the customer lifetime value, okay? You're gonna measure it no matter what, but it's a different indicator. If you have 100 customers and for the first year, and then the second year you still have 100 customers, you have to understand why you're not growing.
No. Look, try imagine that you are administrator of a school website. Before our product, you have spent a lot of your time to make some easy things like to put some images and so on. After our product, you have effective way to do this. So if I measure this like what was like I think before and now, maybe is that metrics, because my goal is that for you like administrator will be less job, not more.
I see.
So if you're happy,
so
maybe
you should check how often or how many actions are being made on the platform on a weekly basis by every customer, okay? And try to understand what makes them come back and improve that on one hand, okay? All right. Yes, Tadas.
Okay, so first shot, booked lessons.
Booked lessons?
Booked lessons.
Yeah, booked lessons is good. Yeah.
Another one.
Book it, but you have to validate it. I'm saying it's good because it makes sense. The second stage is validated, okay?
Okay. And another one I have in mind, but it's hard to validate it, to measure it, is growing grades of kids coming to us. Meaning
what?
The
improvements, the grades improvements?
Yeah.
No, it's something you cannot measure. It will be very hard.
That's it. Yeah.
No, but you think the first one was good. So think that way. I think this is the way you should put your mind at.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tadas.
Okay, thanks.
Obseta?
Hey, so a little bit about my product. It's like Zoom with screen sharing and audio sharing, but everything is going through the browser. You don't need any external applications. So I would say for that kind of product, I think ticket resolution time is kind of maybe the best metric to understand customer success and how helpful the product is for helping actual customers, because you can share you can see the screen of your user while he's using your product in the dashboard in real time, and you can join in to help the user, and the user can even see what you're doing with your mouse cursor as a customer support employee. So
why not, for example, let's go even simpler. Why not daily new meetings, like schedules, like how many new listings are being made every day, how many people are using it to schedule meetings.
You mean like you mean like how many users request help from the customer support, and how many customer support people respond, or something like that?
So what you're talking about is customer support. Like, explain me your startup again.
Yeah, so it's like you have the user, you have a product.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. Explain me what is the problem, what is your solution, and what is the value proposition. And do it in 1 minute.
So the problem is that every growing company has the increasing amount of customers, and they want to provide the best customer support. So they want customers to receive extreme attention, like extreme satisfaction, and they want to support customers immediately. Like, so they don't need to ask, can you jump in on this call? Can you share your screen, whatever? They just want to see everything immediately. So that's the basic technological solution to that problem. And the value proposition is that it allows to resolve tickets much faster and increase customer satisfaction in this case.
So yes, what you said is true. What you said is the amount, what we said together, the amount of new customers requesting share screening help.
Yeah. I mean, something similar. Yeah, something similar that I thought like a number of sessions per client, per my client.
But the number of sessions per client is a regular customer support can offer as well. You have to find your uniqueness and measure it. If your uniqueness is customer support and jumping onto the call and taking over the screen and helping, you want to see that the customer is actually using it. If they're not using it, so you don't have any added value. You're just another customer support product.
Yeah, so I would say that it's a good idea probably to focus on exclusive features that my product provides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to look at your uniqueness. Perfect.
Okay, that's a good one. Thank you.
Perfect. You're welcome. Anyone else want to jump in and try again? Now let me ask you questions, guys. What is your product stage that all of you at? Right now, did someone has any MVP? Did someone start developing anything? Some of you has already customers? Please share.
Yeah, so we already have an MVP, and we will release our payments from January. And we have one customer that will start paying and will buy a subscription the moment when we will release the payments.
Okay, and just
so right now sorry.
Remind me again the startup. Sorry.
Reservation system.
Reservation system. Okay. Why only one customer?
I'm working right now on with sales, but couldn't find the right segment and the right maybe proposition to sell for more customers.
So first of all, identify your customer, your ideal customer. Write it down, guys. Identify your ideal customer profile. It's called ICP, Ideal Customer Profile. And it's exactly, it's very similar to the buyer persona, because you want to understand the financial endorsement of your customer. You want to understand which vertical or industry are you aiming for, okay? And you want to understand their business model and how you can add value to this business model. So you're gonna have a strong value proposition, because by the end of the day, you want to show them a positive ROI. If they're using your product, you want to show them a very solid ROI. Am I right?
Yeah, sure.
Very good. So if I identified the ideal customer profile, now you said, okay, this is the segment, this is the vertical, this is the industry I'm aiming for. Now I already found by my research, few customers, let's call them like strategic partners that will help me develop the product more, provide good feedback. I'm going to provide them with an added value, maybe a discount, maybe even they're not going to pay a lot. I mean, they're going to pay the minimum, not even a discount, but like a minimum price. But they're going to be my strategic partners. And on them, I'm going to do all the testing in order to make a very sharp product and message, okay? After you identify them, you have to identify within the ideal customer profile, the buyer persona or the buyer personas, more than one that you identify. And then approach them directly with your strongest value proposition, telling them, hello, Google, my product can solve you this problem, this challenge, because your buyer persona that you aim for has to have 3 to 5 challenges that your product solve. If you're not solving any challenge to the buyer persona, so it's pointless to use you. They don't need you. Okay? So you have to approach them and tell them, hey guys, my product solve this and this and this challenge. By that, increasing your ROI. You must use my product. You have to try it. We have a case study. We have a case study already done with company XYZ, or we have a use case that means that our product will help increase the ROI, reduce a churn, or I don't know what, or increase customer satisfaction and increase customer retention and renewal. Okay? And then they say, wow, it's amazing. It's really a problem that I'm dealing with. Let's try it out. So instead of paying 5,000 euros a year, they're going to pay the first year 1,000 euros. And tell them, I'm going to provide you with an added value, with a strong product in a cheap price, just for you to try it and enjoy it and provide me a product feedback. Okay? Make sense what I said so far?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, what I told you right now in this past, I don't know, few minutes, I think is the most complicated thing that companies are dealing with to find traction. This is the first traction you find. It doesn't mean it's going to be the strongest traction, but you try. Maybe you're going to solve your problem in the restaurant industry, and then you'll find like it's okay, and then you move to the hotel industry, and it's going to be a blow mining. Okay? I'm just giving you a little bit of example. So you have to identify your ICP, your ideal customer profile, and within this vertical, in this list of ideal customer profile, you have to find the specific buyer personas. Sometimes it's more than one that has pain points, challenges, and you provide solution. And then you attack them directly on the strongest ROI you can offer. Okay? And that's what you're going to bring. You're going to try and find traction. But you're going to have to work on numbers. You have to create a list of 20, 30 different ideal customer profiles. And within those, you'll have to find a company that will cooperate with you. Because not everybody going to cooperate with you. All right? Okay? Is that clear? Someone want to ask questions regarding that, guys? Anyone else is going to start selling soon?
I could maybe speak a little about it. At the moment, we have 2 clients. We initially onboarded them as well, but then they wanted an integration with Salesforce API, one of them, and the other one wanted some functionality that we did not finish, so we pulled them off for 2 months, and now they're back. So that's good, but my problem is that when I was like onboarding clients, selling out cold emails and trying to access them via LinkedIn, there was like a problem that many of them need integrations. So right
first
now,
of all, yes, most likely everybody will give integration. You have to understand and think which vertical. First of all, again, you have to identify the ideal customer profile. Create a list. On this list, approach the buyer personas and see which is the most common integration they all have. Let's say the most common integration is SAP, or the most common integration is Salesforce. Okay? You have to develop, start by one API. Okay? and try with this. Develop one API, see if you find traction. If not, it doesn't matter, you have to find another way. But you know, if all of them need an API, I mean, it means that if you're not going to develop any API, you have no business. But I'm not telling you to develop right now all the APIs for everyone. Salesforce and this and that, no. Choose one or top two if you see that really that if you see that that it's not a big diversity and you have only like maybe 5 different APIs that they're asking for. So choose one or two and try to attack this with your highest value proposition.
Yeah, so in my case, it was Slack and Zendesk because in the questionnaire that I sent out with the email, most of those that opened the questionnaire and completed it entered Slack and Zendesk. So that's what I'm working on, to release those integrations and then attempt to onboard all these customers that sign up for the solution to try out.
By the way, sometimes you can find the third-party integration platforms that provide you like let's say an okay solution just to validate the hypothesis. Okay. So I would say try to find those third-party providers. You're most likely going to have to pay the money to use their product, but it's either you develop it yourself and pay for this, and maybe it doesn't work, so you just throw the money, or you just take a company, a third-party company that will provide you the API connection, so you'll be able to do what you need to do, and then you check. If it works, go and develop, invest money in it. If it doesn't work, you need to pivot, okay? Always be agile. Keep on your agility. Don't invest all your money in one place. Let me give an example. Right now, I'm involved in a pharmaceutical startup. Okay? We did not even develop one line of code. Not even one line of code. And we already prepared the one-pager that presents the problem, solution, value proposition, and the market size. Because this is what they want to hear. If I'm going right now to an investor, he want to understand that I have a good solution for a big problem, and he want to know what is the market size, that he know that there is a potential. Okay? In this scenario, our market size is $1.3 trillion. Okay? It's huge. So we said, okay, what is the next step? We want to validate the process. I did not even make one transaction. I just want to validate that legally I can transfer drugs, not drugs like a drug dealer, but prescription drugs between countries. Let's say I'm in the UK and I don't know what, a painkiller medicine costing the UK 100 euros. And in Romania, cost 3 euros. And after delivery to my house, it's gonna cost me overall around 10 euros. I would say, listen, in the UK it costs 100. In Romania, and all the delivery process and taxes, even though usually there are no taxes between on medicine, I'm saving 90 euros. I say, why not order it online? Why should I go to the drugstore paying 90 euros more than delivering at home? So right now we took a research company, a special research company that specializes in regulation and government and taxing and delivery and so on, and work with the pharmaceutical industry. And we told them, listen guys, we're expanding what we want, what validation we want, and then say, okay, your validation is going to cost 100,000 euros. Now, I don't want to put 100,000 euros in my own pocket, okay? So I'm taking this with the one-pager to a pre-seed investor and tell them, listen, this is a huge idea. This can be a unicorn. And we have a great team. I'm the CEO, I have a CTO that is another CEO in a startup. that is super successful, already raised around $30 million and is doing an amazing job. And I have another COO operation that is a genius from the pharmaceutical industry. So when he sees us as a team and the problem and solution and the market size and what I'm asking him for, just to validate it, I'm not going to walk even one step forward without this validation. Why? Because I know that I'm wasting time and resource. Time, money, manpower, okay? So I'm asking you, before you move forward, always validate every step. You have an idea, you think it's a good idea, it's amazing. But you have to make sure that someone else believes in you as well. So try to get 20, 30, 40, 50 people, potential customers, believe in your solution and even investing in you, I don't know what, 20 euros. Tell me, listen, I believe in you, you know what, I love this idea. If you're gonna provide me this idea, it's gonna be below mining. And I'm interested to invest in an early stage. I wanna be the early adopter. I wanna get a discount and I wanna enjoy your product first. So this is the early adopters and your believers that you have to find in order to take from 20, 30, 40, 50 people. And of course, you have to provide them with a promise. It's called a white paper, okay? To promise them when is your product going to be available. And if your product is not available after 6 months like you promised, you call them back and you give them back the money. And I promise you, they're gonna still be your early adopters because you provide them with great honesty. You kept your promise. And when the time is right, they will be the first one to jump on the boat. Yes, Amina.
So right now we have 8 customers. We're gonna start working with them in January. Right now we're doing manual work basically, so we don't have the technology yet, but we don't want to wait. So we're gonna start working with these 8 companies right away and develop the technology as we go.
Okay. Okay, and do you have any questions? You want to say something about it? Or you just want to mention it?
I thought I thought this was the question. You asked if somebody.
No, you and me already spoke. I told you the same thing. I told you, listen, if your companies said that they're going to pay for a shooting day 500 euros and they're going to invest an extra 500 euros for every 5 people that are going to, not going to work and not producing for the company. So investing 1,000 euro from each company, it's a great investment. But first, get the money. Then get the validation. Because if you say yes, 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 and when the time comes, they pull back, it's pointless. Okay? Make sure you take the money first. Call them today, tell them, guys, I'm closing right now a deal. The photographer is here. I don't know what. We want to come to you within a month or 2 months. Send me the money now. Let's sign the contract. Of course, you're gonna promise them 1, 2, 3, providing with the investment. 20 euros, 500 euros, 1,000 euros, whatever your product provide. In your scenario, 500 euros is only the shooting cost, the commercial producing cost. Okay. So it's pretty much simple because they're already going to have something physical to hold to. It's okay. But you need to find traction, some kind of traction, even in the beginning. You cannot go and develop a product because you think it's a good idea, because you assume your assumptions are good, only if they're validated. And that's why I said, try to validate your assumptions as early as possible. It's going to save you time, money, and headache. Okay? And if you don't find traction and no one believes in you, try to pivot, change, do something else. And again, you don't find traction, pivot. Now those pivots has to be super fast, no more than a month. So you take your assumption, you test it for a month, works, doesn't work, move next, pivot, 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 until you're going to find traction. Okay? It's like changing gears in a manual car, but you know, the gear doesn't really hold and the car is like making a noise. Exactly that. You need to find a real traction when the gear is in and you can find, and you can push the pedal and increase, grow, and scale. Anyone else want to share if they're going to market soon? Yes, please. Imantas, please. You're mute. You're on mute.
Sorry.
Yes.
I start my project 10 years ago without thinking about business. So you telling us that we need to get first money. No, I just have a mission. I want to give a gift for my school, and it's also a way to create product.
I did not say, yeah, I did not say it's not a good idea. You created something and you found traction right away.
Yes, then I found that.
By the way, one question. Are you able to support yourself and your family from the earnings from this company?
Now, yes.
Okay, so it means you already find some kind of traction. Now you have to think how you scale it. Scale it means that you not only support your family, you're getting rich from it and are able to maybe sell it in profit or get an investment into it so you can grow even more outside of your geo at the moment.
Okay.
It means you have to find right now a very strong traction. Okay? But many startups, when they start, 1 second and then I'll be with you. Many startups, when they start, they don't get any income. They're trying to survive. They're working hard. They're not sleeping at night. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, you know Elon Musk, right? Someone doesn't know Elon Musk? Elon Musk is Tesla, okay? Elon Musk, the owner of Tesla, one of the biggest entrepreneurs.
That's me, Aimonas.
Huh?
That's me, Aimonas.
That's what? It's you?
No, you're pronouncing Aimonas. I understand it.
No. I said Elon Musk.
Ah, okay.
He's the owner of Tesla. He has he's the biggest shareholder of Tesla. When he started a payment solution that everybody knows here. Do you know what was his first startup? Who can tell me?
Zip2, the one with the listings of companies online and maps, something like that.
No.
The yellow pages, no?
PayPal.
His first startup, what was it?
PayPal.
It's PayPal, exactly. It's a small payment solution. Probably no one knows about it. But PayPal was the first startup he came up with. And then he exited this and was involved in several more things, and today we know where he is. He used to work on Tesla, sleeping in the factory, missing his children's birthdays, divorcing his wife, going later on when he had a little bit more money, going for his kid's birthday with the chopper and going back to work and sleeping on the floor in the factory. So this is how startup begins. Not everybody most of the startup don't find traction right away. And that's why I said your resource is super important. You want to keep it close to you. Don't spend it, okay? Don't make expensive mistakes. So try to validate every single step you do, okay? And if it doesn't work, try to assume again and validate the assumption. It doesn't work, pivot, have an assumption, validate the assumption, and try to do it very fast until you find traction. If you find traction, make sure you validate that the traction is real and strong It's good for growth and scaling. If not, keep looking. Does it make sense what I said?
Guys, by the way, Musk's first startup was not PayPal. He co-founded X.com, which merged with some other payment company, and it became PayPal.
By the end of the day, it's PayPal. He did not exit the X.com. He exited PayPal. They basically merged technologies. Elena, you want to go next?
Yes. So basically, you ask what is our go-to-market strategy, right?
Say it again, please.
You asked us what is our go-to-market strategy, right?
I asked is what is your go-to-market strategy? Most likely, if you already are, when are you planning to go to the market? When? Soon? In a year?
Very soon. Very soon. I just wanted to share, what I got from other mentors, because I came to this pre-accelerator with the idea that I need to build MVP, which is, automated and stuff. But their strong advice was to begin with simply as a service business, even to get as few as maybe 4 customers that I can handle at once. And that would help you polish your maybe business model, and then you see which parts of your of your system you can automate, and that's how you actually build the MVP. What do you think about such an idea?
That's the thing I'm talking about for the past around half an hour. You have to validate every step without even writing one line of code. I think I said it several times, no?
Basically, you agree, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. You have to provide the service even if it's on an Excel sheet. Don't waste.
That's gonna be totally my business Excel sheet. Yeah, actually, few of them.
Don't waste resource, expensive resource, before you validate your assumptions. And if you don't validate your assumptions and you test it and it's not validated, you cannot find traction, you pivot and try again. And pivot and try again. That's how it works.
What is your opinion about situations when, that was why I saw that building an MVP might be a good idea when you are approached by a potential customer and he kind of likes your idea, and then he asks, okay, I need this tomorrow, or I need this in a week. And you're like, oops, what am I supposed to do now? And then you basically ruin your reputation because you can't deliver.
No, first of all, you have to keep your promise. Never, never, ever don't be in a situation that you cannot keep your promise. So make sure your promise is strong and steady and you can keep it. And if you can handle 2 customers or 3 customers or 4 customers, just to validate your assumption, that's what you're going to do. Okay? You have to validate it. Anyhow, you're going to provide them with a product that they're wishing for in a super low cost, just to validate their assumption. If they're happy, they will provide you with a feedback. Or if they're not happy, you pivot, and change, do some changes. And on the way, when you pivot, you build your business model, you prioritize your feature development in order to develop the right MVP for the right customers. Okay? Now, one segment should ask for one solution, and another segment can ask for a different solution. But you should concentrate in one industry, one vertical, understand it. After, of course, you research it. Provide the solution on one, and then you can always copy-paste it to another with some more improvements. But you start step by step. Okay. You assume, you validate, and get a feedback. You assume, validate, feedback. And when need, you pivot. This is called the lean startup cycle. Did you have a chance to learn it or not yet?
Yes, we actually had a lecture last week exactly on this.
Exactly. So this is it.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And good luck, of course. Anyone else would like to share? Anyone else have any questions in mind that you would like to ask me, consult with me? If you don't have any questions, it's almost the end of our session. We have 20 more minutes, but if we covered everything, I think I provided you today with a very strong value. Please, I would like to hear from you, comparing to what you had in mind earlier. What did you receive from my lectures and workshops? If you can describe in several words, the value. Is it helpful, not helpful, blow-minded, make you think of different things and develop? Share with me. I would love to get a feedback from you. We have some time, and for me, it's like it's a gift that you can give me.
Helpful.
Helpful, good. Thank you very much. Anyone else?
I think it was enlightening. It provided better focus for. I think that when, as you mentioned, when you try to understand what metrics you need to track, you know their customers better, ideal customer profile, and that's really great.
Good. I'm happy to hear.
Yeah, maybe I can also add that I think you really touched a very important topic for us. I found everything that you said useful. Only would like to mention that I still expect to to get that whatever templates or whatever you have, by email.
You should email me first. Email me what's
Okay,
exactly you
I
need.
will. But yeah, but thanks. I think that was good. What you a very important topic.
By the way, your email doesn't work. I guess.
My email doesn't work?
No.
No, I tried it as well. It's just a letter. It's just a letter. It's not Tomer. I think it's an A. It's Tomayer something in the email that you wrote in the chat.
Hold on. Thank you for telling me, first of all. I'm already going to go on there. Tomer Ashkenazi. When you have such a long name, it's horrible. But I'm sure all of you has long names, not only me. Especially when your brand is your name. Yes, brothers, you wanted to say something, right?
Yeah. Just waiting for the right spot to jump in. This week was really helpful, and your talks really helpful because you pointed out that you should look for North Star in the sky, and it's not that easy as to look to the sky and see the brightest star, but you have to look and define it. So thank you for that.
Thank you for sharing. I mean, by the end of the day, the reason I do what I do is to be able to touch all of you in the most sensitive points. And I know how hard it is to be an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a startup founder. I'm a survivor. I'm almost in one-man show with a little bit of support around me. Thank God, because I was able to provide. But it's not easy. It's not easy. It's a hard life when we choose it, and we all choose it to ourselves because we can choose to do something else. But we choose to be entrepreneurs. We choose to be founders. We choose to take part at the startup ecosystem and innovate and change the world the way we know it today. And it's a hard job to take on your shoulders for one person, because we all know that the stakes are against us. And we know what is the success rate and failure rate. And we know how much we need to invest before we understand if the success rate is against us or with us. So you're taking a lot on your shoulders, and my job here is to try to, let's call it, provide you with the tools to navigate your ship. And it's a huge ship. And right now you're one or two sailors. It's very, very hard, very hard. So I know how hard it is. I experienced it, and I'm trying to provide you with everything I can to look at just a little bit simple. Not a lot, just a little bit. And if I'm able, I did my job. And that's my belief. Yes, Tanis, please.
Yes, I have a question. From your experience, as you mentioned, you are a businessman and you have a family, you have kids also. I'm always curious about how people manage their life, family, and business. Because for me, it seems quite difficult.
It's a great question because everything you said right now is time consuming. And the best CEOs and the best company founders, startup founders, company founders in general are expert in time management. You have to be an expert in time management, basically micromanaging your time to a matter of minutes, to understand what to do, how to do, when to do. And for me, for example, today I know I'm not going to see my kids, so not see my kids or my wife. So when I finished, I made sure I have some lunchtime, an hour. I went back home because my office is in Tel Aviv, and I live in Tel Aviv. So it's pretty much simple, and I have a motorcycle in the city. Of course, I have a car for the family. So I told my wife, okay, you're heading home, let's meet for lunch. That's why you're able to a little bit have a little interaction, because I know I'm going to come back home today. Right now it's going to be 7. After I'm going to finish to wrap up, I have some emails I have to go over. I'm not going to be reach home before 8. The kids are already asleep, but I make sure every week I have at least 2-3 days I'm able to be with my kids at least an hour and a half or 2 hours before they go to bed. I want to work. I'm working out. For me, it's very important, my social life. So, and of course, mingling with other professionals like me. So I'm always looking for mentors, even for myself, all the time. Investors, people that will believe in me and believe in the investors and the founders that I represent, because I'm helping a lot of founders to fundraise in different industries. So I'm interacting a lot, but I make sure to have my time working out, working, promote my business, mentor and lecture with you, coaching founders. It's hard. Micro time management to the minute, not to the hour, to the minute on a daily basis. So that's the best, I think, the best advice that I can offer you. And to say, okay, micromanagement, it's easier said than done. There are so many theories, methods, books written over it that I would highly recommend you to read several books, and I would love to recommend you. I don't have anything right now in mind because I haven't read one for a long time, but if you wish, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to share a list of books that I recommend every startup founder to start reading, or at least start listening to. Any other complicated questions? Life-work balance questions? Ignace, you're always so serious. Start smiling. Yes, exactly. Much more handsome like that.
We need to go to relax.
Where do you go to relax? For me, relaxing, I meet with my friends once a week on Thursday evening, because our weekend starts on Friday. So our weekend is, we have Sabbath on Saturday, and we have Friday, and Sunday is a regular working day. So Thursday night, that I know that I don't have to wake up early because my wife takes the kids to work, because every day I wake up every day at 5 a.m. 5:30, maybe 6. I'll start my day, and I usually end my day around 5-ish or 6-ish, but I'm taking at least half an hour nap within between, because I need to keep my energy, okay? So this is my time management. Now, relaxing for me, my best psychological treatment is gym. I'm going to the gym 3 times a week. I'm not pushing weights, because I have back problems. I'm from military and I was an ex-UFC fighter. So my body is broken. So weight doesn't help me, but I swim at the sea. Mostly, I used to surf, I used to free dive, I do spearfishing, but because of the kids and family, no time for hobbies. So right now is only once a week swimming at the sea, around 5 kilometers. It doesn't matter if it's winter or summer. And 3 times a week I'm going to the gym, and maybe just combining another exercise, maybe climbing, going to, walking around, motorcycles, bicycles, just whatever happens. So for me, this is the focus. 1 week with my friends, 2 or 3 times with my kids, 1 date with my wife, and making sure to keep my mind and body insane and in one piece. Anything else you would like to know? Ask. I'm in a sharing mode.
Who are your personal heroes?
Excuse me? My personal heroes? Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Personal heroes. What's my personal heroes?
From Elon Musk.
No, Elon Musk, listen, Elon Musk is a fellow Jew. He's a fellow Jew from South Africa. But, wow, it's a good question. I mean, I don't believe in ruining my life for my business. I believe in life-work balance, but because I'm able to provide it for myself. If I was younger, I'm 42 years old. If I was younger, probably in my 20s, I was different. When I was in my 20s, I worked like crazy, had no sleep, just to push forward, to make the most amount of money and to be successful. And then I had several people I admired back then. It wasn't even business people, because I don't look at idols like that. I look at people more, I'm connected very much to Tony Robbins, even though I don't go to his shows or listen to him too much, but I like his agenda. I like his personality. I like what he's working for to change. And you see, the guy is just changing their life and providing so much good around him. So I'm mostly connected with those kind of people. Bill Gates, for example, is a philanthrope, but not like Tony Robbins. He's an asshole, okay? He's a philanthrope that's very interesting. He cares only about him and about his money, and he's like giving his money for charity, but behind the scenes is a horrible person. So it's very hard to find good people. I mean, my idols are first of all my parents. My mother was a hardworking like myself. So this is the example I learned from home, how to work hard and how to invest my money right. And this is what I do in my mature life. And this is what I'm trying to provide my children, even in a very young age, to teach them how to invest, what to do, what not to do, how to look at things, not investing in the stock market, even investing time and thoughts on different things. That's a very important thing to acquire in very early stages. So it's a big question. I mean, I would love to give you an answer sometimes in the future. Nothing come up in mind. Okay, so again, I left you my email. Guys, I'm here for you whenever you want, whenever you need. Of course, I would love, guys, if you enjoyed and you're here until the end, and I love it, and I thank you for that. I would love if you'll be able to send me a quote to the email, quote with a nice picture of you, with a company logo, that and the experience, the problem I solve you, the what I make you think of, how you enjoyed my lectures and the one-on-one that we're gonna have tomorrow too, or the solution, the problem and solution that I provided you today. I would love to advertise it. I mean, this is you giving me back, and hopefully in the future, your quote will have to provide for me as well. So I would like to thank you. You have all the information that you need from me, and hopefully we're gonna meet in the future. Keep my details and don't be afraid to approach. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tomer.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye. Bye.